US is pausing a $14 BN Partum sale to Taiwan to ensure it has enough weapons for the Iran war. US Acting Navy Secretary Hung Tsao confirmed this at a Senate hearing on Thursday, days after President Donald Trump appeared non-committal about approving the sale and said he would speak to Taiwan's president about it.
Iran and the United States are continuing mediated talks aimed at ending the conflict, with Iranian media reporting that both sides are exchanging messages and draft proposals to establish a formal framework for an agreement. Al Jazeera's correspondent Al-Miqdad al-Rahaid reported from Tehran that Pakistani officials were engaged in intense mediation activity between the two countries.
Previous World Cup appearances, 7 best performance, last 16, 2002, 2010, 2018, 2022, first appearance, 1998, France, top goal scorer, Keisuke Honda 4, most appearances, Yuto Nagatomo 15, player to watch, Takefusa Kubo FIFA World Ranking. 18th fixtures, Netherlands, June 14, Dallas, US, Tunisia, June 20, Monterrey, Mexico, Sweden, June 25, Dallas, US, Japan have been late bloomers in terms of World Cups, only reaching the tournament for the first time in 1998. But since then, they have been at every edition.
United States President Donald Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio have issued new threats of military action against Cuba. Rubio told reporters late on Thursday that Cuba has been a national security threat for years because of its ties to US adversaries Russia and China, while Trump said he is likely to be the president to finally take action.
The Karachi Metropolitan Corporation, KMC, on Thursday launched a health insurance facility for around Mayor Barrister Murtaza Wahab, calling it the first municipal institution in Pakistan to introduce a healthcare insurance policy for its workforce. The launch ceremony was held at the KMC headquarters, where officials also distributed medical insurance cards, service vehicles and laptops to employees and departments.
The reported deportation of Pakistani nationals from the United Arab Emirates sparked a heated debate in the Senate on Thursday, with opposition lawmakers warning that large-scale expulsions could negatively impact Pakistan's economy. However, the government rejected claims that Pakistanis were being specifically targeted and said verified figures would be presented before Parliament after consultation with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
The Sargodha administration has launched a crackdown against the sale of sacrificial animals at unauthorized locations across the sea ahead of Eid al-Adha, while police have recovered stolen animals worth over $1.7 million from 2 suspected thieves. According to officials, Deputy Commissioner Hussain Ahmed Raza Chaudhry directed the Sargodha Municipal Corporation, SMC, to take action after noticing the illegal sale of sacrificial animals in different parts of the city.
Investigation into alleged drug trafficker Pinky has entered a new phase after the Federal Investigation Agency, FIA, arrested 2 foreign nationals allegedly linked to her narcotics distribution network. FIA said the 2 suspects, both African nationals, were operating in Lahore and are suspected of involvement in drug supply activities connected to Pinky.
The Ministry of Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony has issued a public safety advisory for Pakistani citizens performing Hajj 2026 in Saudi Arabia, urging pilgrims to keep important emergency helpline numbers easily accessible throughout their journey. The ministry shared key contact numbers for emergency, medical, transport and security assistance to help pilgrims during Hajj 2026.
Forecasters say a potentially super El Nino is rapidly taking shape in the Pacific, but whether it evolves into a history-making event could hinge on fickle winds and other volatile atmospheric shifts. The fast-warming tropical Pacific is pointing to a major event, but a crucial weakening of trade winds, capable of turbocharging or throttling the phenomenon, has yet to materialize. The Ministry of Energy's Power Division on Friday warned electricity consumers against fraudulent activities being carried out by hackers and criminal elements under the guise of a government subsidy scheme. In an advisory issued for consumers, the Power Division spokesperson said certain elements steal users' personal information through fake QR codes and suspicious online links related to electricity bill subsidies.
Turkey has revoked the operational licence for Istanbul Bilgi University, effectively forcing it to close, according to a decision published in the official Gazette on Friday, after the university was seized by the state in a criminal investigation last year. President Tayyip Erdogan signed off on the Bilgi, which has the licence of Istanbul Bilgild, which has more than 20,000 students from both Turkey and abroad, with some of its researchers renowned in their fields. The US has sanctioned a senior Tanzanian police official over allegations linked to the torture and sexual assault of East African rights activists Boniface Mwangi and Agatha Atuhaire last year. In a statement, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the State Department had designated Faustine Jackson Mafuele based on credible information that he was involved in gross violations of human rights.
Alberta will hold a referendum on whether the province should remain in Canada or move ahead with a second binding vote on separation, marking the first significant test of the country's unity in decades. Thursday's announcement by Premier Danielle Smith comes after a petition calling for separation gathered more than 300,000 signatures early this year, and a separate petition advocating for Alberta to stay gathered more than 400,000 hugs.
Kyle Busch, a two-time Cup Series champion who won more races than anyone across NASCAR's 3 national series, has died. He was 41. The Busch family, Richard Childress Racing and NASCAR issued a joint statement on Thursday saying Busch died after being hospitalized. No cause of death was given.
Gael Monfils brought the party to Roland Garros on Thursday, teaming up with his wife Elina Svitolina to win a lively, star-studded exhibition match. As he prepared for his final appearance at his home Grand Slam, the popular Frenchman took centre stage on Court Philippe Chatrier for Gael and friends, an evening that blended tennis, music and tributes to celebrate his 2-decade journey on the professional tour.
Finnish phone maker HMD today launched its first smartphone called the Vibe 2 5G, which comes preloaded with Indian AI company Sarvam's chatbot Indus. Both companies had first announced the partnership during the India AI Summit held in New Delhi in February. The Indus app is powered by Sarvam's locally trained 105 billion parameter model, a measure of the AI's scale and sophistication, and launched at the AI Summit. The app supports 22 Indic languages and mid-sentence code switching, the ability to fluidly mix languages mid-conversation, like switching between Hindi and English, which helps the assistant better understand the context of a query. Currently, the application doesn't support offline usage, and it doesn't have any integrated feature with the device to invoke the AI assistant through a shortcut.
Honda has introduced a new limited-time financing offer for the Honda HR-VE fee in collaboration with Mizan Bank under the Mizan Car Ijara program. The campaign promotes the HR-VE fee as Honda's most fuel-efficient hybrid and comes amid rising consumer interest in hybrid vehicles due to increasing fuel prices in Pakistan.
The Karachi administration has decided to launch a dedicated mobile application to centralise fire safety data for commercial buildings, shopping centres and major public venues across the city to improve emergency response efforts. The decision was taken during a high-level meeting chaired by Commissioner Syed Hassan Naqvi, which reviewed progress on the ongoing fire safety audit of commercial buildings in Karachi. Foreign Office spokesperson Tahir Andrabi on Friday officially announced that Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif would be undertaking a visit to China from May 23-26. During his weekly press briefing, he said, "At the invitation of the People's Republic of China, PM Shehbaz Sharif will undertake an official visit to China from May 23 to 26. An anti-terrorism court, ATC, has granted interim bail to actor Munib Ahmed Butt as he was booked in an alleged short-term kidnapping case. The airport police registered the case last month on the complaint of Mutal Khan, who stated that on April 22nd he left his home for the airport to travel to Lahore.
Islamabad. The Islamabad High Court, IHC, on Friday imposed a permanent ban on the poisoning, shooting and indiscriminate killing of stray dogs in the federal capital, directing authorities to implement a catch, neuter, vaccinate and release program for controlling the population. In a 24-page detailed judgment, Justice Kadim Hussein Sumro disposed of 2 constitutional petitions challenging the alleged non-implementation of the stray dog population control policy for the Islamabad Capital Territory, ICT.
British police investigating Andrew Mountbatten Windsor have renewed their call for people to come forward with information about alleged misconduct relating to the younger brother of King Charles III. Claims they are examining a number of aspects of alleged misconduct, following relating the US Justice Department's of files Jeffrey Epstein, and was speaking to the late sex offender release of Zettain, and was speaking with a number of witnesses.
Josh Hart scored a playoff career-high 26 points. Jalen Brunson had 19 points and 14 assists. And the New York Knicks moved halfway to their first NBA Finals appearance since 1999 by beating the Cleveland Cavaliers 109-93. Mikal Bridges also scored 19 points, and Karl Anthony Towns had 18 points and 13 rebounds to help the Knicks win their 9th straight game on Thursday night.
The Private Educational Institution Regulatory Authority has announced summer vacations for private schools and colleges in Islamabad, with educational institutions set to remain closed from May 25 to July 31. According to a notification issued by the authority, the vacation schedule will apply to all private educational institutions operating within the Islamabad Capital Territory. The Power Division has ordered electricity distribution companies to clear 1,355 pending solar net metering applications within 10 days after taking serious notice of prolonged delays in new connections. According to official directives, the pending applications were submitted before February 8th but remain unprocessed, despite some cases being delayed for more than 6 months.
State Bank of Pakistan, SBP, announced that it will remain closed for 3 days on the occasion of Eid al-Azha. The State Bank of Pakistan will remain closed from May 26 to May 28, 2025, Tuesday to Thursday, being public holidays on the occasion of Eid al-Adha, the central bank said in a notification on Friday.
The war in the Middle East is squeezing 2 pillars of Indian employment, forcing Gulf-based workers home and crushing demand for the country's manufactured exports, from leather goods to glassware. For decades, work in the Middle East and global demand for labour-intensive manufacturing in sectors such as footwear and garments gave a generation of Indians stable and, in some cases, lucrative incomes.
Oil prices climbed on Friday but were on track for a weekly loss as investors doubted the prospects of a breakthrough in US-Iran peace talks, saw $1.66 or 1.6% to 104.24 a barrel by 4:05 GMT, while US West Texas Intermediate futures were up 1.11 or 1.2 PC at $97.
The Central Development Working Party, CWP, on Thursday approved a revised Rs. 485 billion proposal for the Diama Basha Dam project that includes the cost of helicopter procurement on security grounds, with the project now being referred to the Executive Committee of the National Economic Council, EC, for final consideration. The decision was taken during a meeting of the Central Development Working Party, CDWP, chaired by Federal Minister for Planning and Deputy Chairman Planning Commission Ahsan Iqbal.